The president wants me to help him.
Do what?
Bring them down.
Next Tuesday.
First Lady is under arrest. The Vice President is next. And then, Donald, we're coming for you.
The plans are set.
We gotta take our chances.
Now it's time to execute.
Touch me and you die. Oh, he's not gonna touch you. This is all
Insane.
What if we help you get out of here?
Tyler Perry's the...
Okay, Opal fans, for whatever reason, I do not see a synopsis for Season 5, Episode 17, entitled No Regret. So what we're going to do is just simply go over the end credit promo and then the trailer you just saw at the beginning of this video. Hopefully the synopsis didn't include anything that wasn't in the trailer, but it looks like a lot of stuff is going down. And keep in mind, we are closing in on the season finale, episode 22. And, you know, last week was a bit lackluster. This week, I would say maybe a tad bit better. But for the most part, they're just truly setting up, you know, what's to come. And next week doesn't really seem to be too much different from what we saw this week. I think for me, the best part is going to be the Donald interaction with both Agent Isaac and Hunter. But we have Max rushing over to the VP's house, or the president's house, and he confronts Bobby about sleeping with Simone. It's like, I was weak. It's like, what is your problem, man? You always F around with these women who have husbands that can kill you. And he's right. You got Lily with the chief of staff. You got Priscilla with, you know, Secret Service agent Sam, and now you're technically banging you're literally pulling a Sam. You're technically banging the first lady, and her husband's the president. Now from there, speaking of first ladies, we take a brief stop to the bunker, and, you know, Kareem is talking to Antonio. He's like, look, man, we got to take our chances. And it seems like he is going to cut some sort of deal with Victoria, where somehow, some way, we'll find a way to get you out of here, which honestly, I have no idea how they plan on doing that, because they're locked up just like Victoria is. And I mean, even if you did somehow escape, where exactly would you go? I don't know. I'm with Victoria on this. I'm like, how are you going to get me out? So another interesting scene is when Dale is confronted by Kyle at Alan's apartment, saying that, well, I found out you got a pimp, Dale, and that's why you're on the run. So what if I tell him that you're hiding out here? Now, I don't know. Did Dale, I mean, remember, I haven't caught up on Ruthless. I don't know. Did Dale have a pimp in Virginia, and that's why he fled? Or honestly, I think it could be a situation where Kyle inadvertently found information on Dale's photo being circulated around, because remember, Antonio took that picture of Dale at the pharmacy and then sent it to his contact with the cartel, and they probably spread that photo around everywhere. And part of that cartel, maybe there was a pimp or pimps involved in it, and that's how Kyle found out. So maybe that's what's going on here, because Dale having a pimp just doesn't really make sense to me. So from there, we have, oh yeah, also Kyle is probably just hanging this over Dale's head, like, hey, if you don't come stay at my place, I'm going to tell this pimp about where you're hiding out at. That's what I'm thinking. So we go over to Priscilla, who is just ranting and raving in the kitchen as always. Now, at first, she's talking with Richard Solo about the fact that Hunter wants her help to bring them down. And then Richard's like, this is insane. Sam shows up, and you know, Priscilla, she's going to go on about, you know what? Since you slept with the first lady, I think I might actually go sleep with the president. He wants me out to do it. This is what annoys me about Priscilla. It's like, oh, we have an interesting plot point of her potentially helping Hunter bring down the administration, with him not knowing she's going to be playing a double agent. But yet in the midst of this good story, she's yet again going to insert the whole, hey, Sam, I'm mad at you, so I'm going to sleep with some. Just do it already, and then you're probably going to catch something nasty. All right. But aside from that, the last things to talk about revolve around Donald. For one, he goes up to the residency because, remember, he told Alan in this week's episode that the president called for him. And outside of the residency, Isaac's like, I'm not going to let you go through that door. I'm the chief of staff. I don't answer to you. And then when he gets on the inside, Hunter's like, the first lady has been arrested, which is going to explain, you know, the whole situation with Donald being in the bunker area too. Either he's brought down there because he's taken by force, or he goes down there to check on the first lady. So, yeah, the first lady has been arrested. The vice president is next, and then we're coming for you, Donald. And I think it's kind of interesting because it leads to the scene where I'm guessing where Donald's told to leave, and he looks at Isaac saying, touch me and die. And then Hunter's like, oh, he's not going to touch you. And then he pulls out a gun. I think this is a nice bait and switch and karma, because if you remember how he treated Officer, what was his name, Heller or whatever, the officer at the hospital that was trying to help Lily, that, you know, recently got captured and tortured and apparently gutted by Donald's crew. It's just the fact that Donald thinks he can just talk to anybody any kind of way, but now he's kind of met his match, which I find very interesting. So, with that being said, that's pretty much the trailer breakdown for next week. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.